So did spring live up to your expectations?
It did. You get a number of kids from different programs that come in, and you recognize how hard it is for you to really ingrain in them some of the fundamentals and techniques that you want them to be able to replicate right now. And they have a skill set, everybody, young freshmen, transfers, everybody has a skill set. But their ability to execute what you want them to do now, and you feel like, well, spring is 15 practices, they'll get it. It's just never that easy, nor do we have that assumption. It's like, why didn't you get this yesterday, Coach? You just told me this. You should have got it yesterday. That's always my attitude. And so I'm happy that I've seen the progress in just about everybody that I needed to give me some level of comfort that summer, fall camp will be even better.
Obviously, as you mentioned, guys aren't around to marinate in a program like they used
Right.
to. Portals change a lot of things. As a coach who builds relationships, is keen on culture. I mean, how has that changed your approach just in the modern era of college football?
Well, what you don't ever change is who you are, the culture that your program has. I think it accelerates everything. You have to be able to figure out real quick, is this a kid that's going to fit with your program? And not take it personal. If after 4 months, 5 months, they say, Coach, I want to go. Because that's what I used to do. I'm like, well, what did I do to you? I mean, why? You don't love me, I love you a little bit. Really, you take it personal because you develop the relationships, you recruit these kids, you go to their homes, you figure out who the people that love them, and you want them to then love you. So you take it very personal, at least I do. I did. What I'm trying not to do is in the modern era, okay, this is not where you want to be, no problem. I love you. I pray that you find what you're looking for someplace else. Let me now pour into everything I have into somebody else that's here in the program. That's what I've tried to do differently. But who we are, the program, how we go about defense, that does not change.
You added 3 transfers for this spring. What have you seen from them, those 3 as you wrap up spring?
And from Blake Cotton, I've seen probably the biggest amount of growth. He was a kid that was at a program that allowed him to do a lot. And so when we tell you, you need to do this over and over again, and then I'll give you something else to do. He is such a sponge. Technique at the line of scrimmage, his ability to play off coverage, his own understanding of what we like to do in various concepts, and then just his overall physicality. That's been very impressive, and I've loved to watch his development. From Donovan, again, a kid who has all of the measurables, but you want him to be more disciplined. We do not like kids holding and grabbing all the way downfield. There's some things that you have to break a player of. What you really want to see is, one, I've told you this is a problem. Now, will you do it our way? That's what I love about Donovan. Coach, okay, this is how I used to plan and drive, or this is how I play man coverage. You want me to do this, Coach? Yes, and he does it, and he works his butt off. I think Jeremiah Caldwell, who we call Rock, is probably the funniest, and you'll never know it because of his stone face. But he's awesome in that you see flashes from him. You see it in one-on-ones, you see it in the 7-on-7 setting, but in team, we still see a little bit of short-circuiting, and I want him to do what he's able to do in one-on-ones and 7-on-7. So I've seen it, I just want more of it. So from each of the transfers, we've seen really good development. I don't want it at a snail's pace. I want it like I'm drinking from a fire hydrant. Give it to me, all of it right now, because in a minute it'll be August 30th and we'll be playing UCLA.
Jackson Benny seems to have emerged as a guy in that secondary. What do you see in his game that gives you confidence?
Man, Jackson, and you can ask Coach Scally, because he's really with the safeties, but his ability to play nickel for us has been phenomenal. He's a kid that has just worked and worked and worked. You're talking about a poster child of our program, of somebody that says, hey, buy in to everything that we're telling you. From your technique, your pad level, your eyes, your hand placement, just buy in. And he has completely bought in. He's always had the measurables, but how do you use them? How are you able to use those long arms? Can you really tackle? Because when you watch the safeties in their individual drills, it's tackling and tackling and more tackling. This is what they do. So he is just a product of phenomenal coaching, a tremendous individual desire to be better than what anybody may have expected, and just recognizing in himself, hey, I'm capable. And as coaches, you guys have confidence in me. Well, that confidence has come because you have attempted to execute the techniques that we're teaching. You have applied yourself in a way that other people won't, and you've bought in. So we love Benny. Benny Jackson has been amazing. And what you're seeing from him, we believe, is just the tip of the iceberg for Jackson. You know, his development has been fantastic.
Steve mentions Jackson. How many players might you have that you feel comfortable maybe moving around in the backfield?
And that's always the goal. Clearly, Jackson's one of them. He's a player that hits like a safety but runs like a corner. You have the ability to use Smith, Snowden as an inside nickel and an outside corner. I mean, you have a few players like that now that makes you happy as a corner coach. It gives you tremendous flexibility as a defensive coordinator to put people in positions that, you know, allow them to use various facets of their skill set. So there are a few people that we have like that. I need to see more before I start naming off a bunch of other folks, but those two come to mind because they have demonstrated such good work in the last 14 practices.
Smith seems like he's elevated his game somewhat. In what ways have you seen him grow this spring?
Really, his desire to be more physical. It started in winter session. He was taking on blocks in shirts and t-shirt and shorts like it was full pads. But I said, if you practice like this, just like this level of aggression, the mentality that I'm not going to get blocked, it will translate when we get outside. And it has. So people look at him, oh, he's a smaller guy. I don't know if he's going to really hit me. Oh, he will smack you. He will come in with his helmet in his hands and execute a really good block destruction maneuver. I love that he's confident enough to now recognize, hey, I'm good enough to not only play inside, but I can play outside, because he'll tell you that they're different worlds. But his ability to make plays when given the opportunity, that's what's different about Smith. Given the opportunity, are you able to make the plays in both the inside and outside? And he has. So his playmaking ability, his confidence, his physicality, and just knowledge base continues to increase.
Kyle said that, Scooby and Smith have kind of solidified themselves in, outside and on nickel. Who has kind of led the race for that other outside corner spot?
Oh, man, that's such an open race. Obviously contenders again, Donovan, Jeremiah, Blake, our young freshman, Jason Stokes, who's done a fantastic job. You're talking about somebody who gained 21 pounds in almost 8 weeks. And still was able to run 4.49. I'm like, wow. So those kids are really trying to put themselves in position to gain our trust and say, Coach, I can be that guy, that other corner you can depend on. And then you just hope that other ball players like Tristan Thompson continue to develop. Some of the kids that are still in the room that are just trying to find their comfort zone. Okay, now I'm comfortable. Let me now play and make those plays.
Thank you, Coach.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Coach.